If I was an RPG character, I'd be Charisma 10, Luck 4, nothing else. That's basically
Strength 3?
Oh yeah, Strength 3, I've been working on that. Dexterity's been dropping.
This week, Fortnite for Fortnite players. Some players thought Fortnite while other players Fortnite. And now, Fortnite.
Speaking at the Game Developers Conference 2018, Epic Games' Zed Zobrist revealed that Fortnite's world-conquering Battle Royale game mode was built in just 2 months. To get the Battle Royale mode out so quickly, Epic brought over some of the development team from Unreal Tournament to do the bulk of the work. The Battle Royale mode was originally going to be part of the Save the World add-on as an optional PvP mode, but because Save the World was stuck behind the $40 paywall and paid early access, Epic Games decided against it. And what a decision that turned out to be.
And given how popular Fortnite is, it shouldn't surprise you to hear that it's making boatloads of cash. According to analytics firm Superdata this week, Fortnite has in fact made $126 million through in-app purchases in the month of February. This means Fortnite has now surpassed its main rival, Playerunknown's Battlegrounds of course, in monthly revenue. Superdata said PUBG made $103 million in revenue in the same month, with Fortnite benefiting from the huge advantage of being on more platforms, being free to play, and being a lot more popular. Mobile analytics firm Sensor Tower estimates the iOS version of Fortnite has pulled in $1.5 million in its first few days, despite being invite only.
But when a game becomes as wildly popular as Fortnite, it's bound to attract some of the most unsavoury players as well. According to Kulkowski, there is a burgeoning black market for Fortnite skins on auction site eBay, with people flipping character skins for a quick profit. Fortnite skins on eBay can sell from anywhere between $4 and $10, with the most common item for sale being the exclusive Twitch Prime loot pack, which contains legendary tier skins. Kotaku said there are hundreds of listings for the Twitch Prime pack, and it appears people are making hundreds of Twitch accounts, then using the Prime free trial to get the loot pack, which they then list on eBay. It's worth saying Twitch strictly forbid account abuse like this, and they've noted an increase in people using Twitch Prime to get free loot, but they haven't said if they'll take any action against people abusing the system.
Yeah, so Fortnite and Battle Royale, of course, Playerunknown's Battlegrounds. Fortnite though, Fortnite, Playerunknown's Battlegrounds, PUBG, Fortnite Battle Royale, Playerunknown himself, Fortnite, Epic Games, Fortnite, the Battle Royale genre, Fortnite.
Yeah, Survivio though, Fortnite, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and of course Cyberpunk 2077, Battle Royale possibility, but yeah, again Fortnite and PUBG, H1Z1.
Invite only.
And elsewhere in the news, while Fortnite might be a booming success for Epic Games, it wasn't too long ago they had to shut down one of their other big games, Paragon. Paragon didn't really manage to find its place in the crowded mobile market, even though it had positive reviews and was free to play. So in January 2018, Epic announced they would be shutting down Paragon and refunding all players who spent money on it. However, Epic recently announced they would be releasing $12 million worth of Paragon assets for free, no strings attached. On the Epic Games forums, the company said, quote, "We are extremely excited to announce that we've released $12 million worth of assets from our action MOBA Paragon on the Unreal Engine marketplace. They're all free to use in your Unreal Engine 4 projects with no strings attached. The assets include 20 heroes complete with skins, 1,500 environment assets, and some animation blueprints." So this is quite nice. Paragon was kind of shut down after a bit of a struggle not too long ago, and already Epic are trying to do something with all that creativity and effort that they poured into that. They've handled it really well, to be honest, because they were really quick to offer refunds. That was part of the shutdown notice. They were saying, don't worry, if you spend money on this, you're getting your money back, which is fantastic. And now they're giving away the assets for other people to try and apply into their own projects, student projects and whatever. This is really cool.
Yeah, Epic are just like doubling down. They've got this big PR boost from the whole Ninja Drake thing. They're on mainstream TV because Fortnite. But also, they're like, there's another opportunity for us to just getting the news in a positive way for something completely different. And it seems that Epic is becoming, dare I say, like a household name or whatever, like where it comes to your average mobile phone playing kid to your PC Twitch superstar to devs now. Like if you are a wannabe dev and you want to just, even if you just use it to reverse engineer, look at how they made some of these environmental assets. Maybe you don't want to use one of these heroes in your game because everyone will say, oh, you've just jacked that Paragon stuff. But just looking at how they're doing it, get some ideas thematically, get some ideas by breaking down different environments and seeing how things work together. It's going to be a really good learning tool for people that are looking to make games, and this will inspire creatives in the future, so they're giving back, I guess, to the sort of creative economy or whatever by doing this. And $12 million is no small contribution contribution. And when Sony announced the PS3 back in 2005, they promised people it could be used as a Linux-based PC using a feature called Other OS. While the feature wasn't widely used, there was a small but passionate group of PS3 users who did use the Linux feature for a variety of tasks. So, when Sony announced they would be removing support for Other OS on the PS3 in 2010, this group were understandably pissed off. Other OS users were so annoyed at Sony, they filed a class action lawsuit against the company, which was settled in 2016. As part of the settlement, Sony are required to pay PS3 owners $65, so long as they can prove they bought an original PS3 which included the Other OS functionality. PS3 owners have until April 15th, 2018 to claim the settlement payout, and to do so, they will have to provide their console's serial number, PSN ID, and where they bought the console from.
Pretty much a public service announcement, really, because if you had a PlayStation back then, and you're in America, because this was just in the US, there's $65 waiting for you. That's a game. That's a full game, yeah. So we just thought we'd chug this in the Sunday Roundup because you should know about it. And finally, the United States Navy's newest submarine, the USS Colorado, went into active service this week. Secretary of the Navy Richard V. Spencer called the submarine a true marvel of technology and innovation. But while the USS Colorado might be one of the most advanced naval vessels in the world, it might surprise you to hear it's partially controlled with an Xbox 360 controller. The 360 gamepad is used to control sensors on the submarine, and the Associated Press report that it is the first vessel of its kind to be controlled with a gaming controller. Last year, the Navy revealed they would be swapping the original joystick-style controls, which cost $38,000 for the much cheaper 360 gamepad, which only costs around $40. The move was also made because they are easier to replace and require less training, because many service members already know how to use them. This is pretty wild. It's not the first time the military has used the 360 gamepad specifically to control their equipment, because they've done it with drones and stuff. They control small aerial vehicles with a 360 controller, but this is an entire submarine that's really complicated. They're using a gamepad. I mean, it probably shows how well designed gamepads are, right? That you can control an actual vehicle with it.
If you were unhappy with the lack of content in Sea of Thieves, just join the Navy, innit? PvP was a bit lacking. Join Navy. It's wild. It is actually wild that they're using controllers to do anything in the real world. I know people say that they use like VR and stuff like that to train troops, but just full on going, the amount of like people that were 16 then that are now young adults that know how to use a 360 controller far surpasses the amount that could learn this joystick thing. Save ourselves 38 grand a pop, get a 360 controller in there, give people a little taste of home while they're away on work.
Yeah.
Clever idea. Fair dues to them.
We're all dead. So Fortnite. What are your Fortnites? Let us know down in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the Fortnite. There's another Fortnite right there if you want to watch that right now if you want. And there's a link to Fortnite if you want to support the Fortnite. Thanks for watching. See you next time.